You might be surprised. But here's a truth most people overlook. Eating nuts the wrong way can quietly undermine your heart health, especially if you're over 60. After 2 decades of studying senior nutrition, I've seen countless older adults who thought they were eating healthy while unknowingly damaging their brain, heart, and liver. One long-term study, published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, found that certain nut consumption patterns could raise heart disease risk by up to 48%. The culprit: excess sodium, hidden trans fats, and natural toxins found in poorly stored or over-processed nuts. Even more alarming is that one common nuts often promoted in low-carb diets and tucked into snack jars everywhere has been linked to toxic compounds that may harm your liver, kidneys, and even cognitive function over time. And most people have no idea. But don't worry, this video was created to guide you clearly and safely. Today, I'll walk you through which nuts are safest and most beneficial for your heart, brain, and aging body, and which ones you should absolutely avoid. And stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal a shocking truth about one dangerous nut that barely anyone talks about but could silently cause lasting harm to your aging system. Before we dive in, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more senior health tips like this. And let me know in the comments where you watching from the top 4 types of nuts that older adults should consume in this first section. Let's move on to the first part. Nut number 1, almonds. Now that we've exposed the risks of certain harmful nuts for aging bodies, let's turn the page and explore what truly supports long-term health. And leading the way is the humble yet powerful almond. Almonds aren't just a convenient snack, they're a silent warrior for your bones, heart, and even brain function. I've seen many patients over 60 face unexpected fractures from minor falls, often due to accelerated bone loss after age 65. What many don't realize is that just 1/4 cup of almonds daily delivers nearly 100 milligrams of calcium, which can help slow down bone demineralization. But the real magic of almonds lies beyond calcium. They're rich in magnesium, a mineral that most older adults are lacking. Magnesium doesn't just support muscle relaxation and stable mood, it guides calcium into your bones instead of your arteries, where buildup could trigger heart attacks or strokes. Even more, almonds are packed with heart-friendly fats, which have been shown to reduce LDL bad cholesterol, a crucial benefit as cardiovascular risk climbs with age. If digestion is your concern, you're not alone. Constipation affects nearly 40% of older adults. Almonds are a gentle ally here too, offering a healthy dose of dietary fiber to support regularity and gut comfort. But perhaps the most overlooked benefit comes from the antioxidant power in almond skins. Research from Tufts University suggests that flavonoids in almond skins, when paired with vitamin E, can double the antioxidant protection, shielding brain cells from age-related oxidative stress. That's why I always recommend choosing raw skin and almonds with no added salt or coating. How to get the most out of almonds? Aim for 15 to 20 almonds a day, chewed thoroughly. If swallowing is difficult, soak them in water for 4 to 6 hours to soften them. For a delicious and healthy snack, try combining soaked almonds with plain yogurt or fresh fruit. Now let's continue, because the next nut on our list may surprise you. It's nutrient-dense, full of heart-protective compounds, yet often overlooked in most senior diets. Nut number 2, walnuts. After we explored almonds, a silent warrior supporting bone, heart, and digestive health, it's time to shift our attention to another powerful nut. But this time, the focus is on the brain. And there's no better candidate than the walnut. One thing many older patients often mention during consultations is, isn't it interesting how a walnut looks just like a tiny brain? It turns out, this resemblance is more than coincidence. Both traditional medicine and modern science recognize walnuts as one of the most potent foods for memory and cognitive protection, especially in later years. What makes walnuts truly special isn't their fat content, as many assume, but rather their high concentration of plant-based omega-3, specifically alpha-linolenic acid. While fish oil often gets the spotlight, ALA is a gentler, plant-based option, particularly suitable for those with digestive issues or on plant-forward diets. This fatty acid plays a crucial role in maintaining the flexibility of brain cell membranes and supporting smooth communication between neurons essential for memory, focus, and processing speed after age 60. If you've ever struggled to recall a familiar name or found yourself losing your train of thought mid-conversation, don't brush it off as just aging. It could be your brain's gentle way of asking for more support. Another reason I often recommend walnuts to older adults is their natural ability to improve sleep and combat brain inflammation. They contain melatonin in our bodies, sleep hormone, and polyphenols, known for their anti-inflammatory power. As we age, melatonin levels drop, making sleep more fragmented or shallow. A small serving of walnuts in the evening can help promote deeper, more restorative sleep, which is essential for repairing muscles, calming nerves, and resetting mood. There's more. Walnuts also provide arginine, an amino acid that helps keep blood vessels healthy and flexible. This can improve circulation and may even enhance the effectiveness of blood pressure medications, a helpful boost for seniors managing heart conditions. But just eating walnuts isn't enough. It's how you eat them that counts. I usually suggest 7 to 9 walnut halves per day. Store them in the fridge to preserve their delicate oils, and if possible, crack them yourself. It's not only satisfying but also a light, beneficial way to keep your fingers agile, supporting fine motor coordination and brain muscle connections that matter more with age. Now, the slightly bitter taste from the walnut skin might surprise some, but don't peel it off. That bitterness signals the presence of powerful antioxidants that protect brain cells from oxidative stress, a key contributor to neurodegeneration. Wondering how to enjoy them? Try mixing a few halves into your morning oats with soft fruits, or enjoy them in the evening with a warm glass of unsweetened almond milk. You'll not only be nourishing your brain, but also creating a small ritual of peace, and that's where physical and emotional wellness intersect. Remember, after 60, brain health isn't just about memory. It influences your emotions, your confidence, your ability to stay engaged with life. Eating right, consistently, is like watering a long-lived tree. You don't need to flood it, just nourish it regularly, and it will thrive. Let's continue forward, because the next nut might just be the missing piece in your digestive health and blood sugar balance, two crucial pillars of well-being in your 60s and beyond. Nut number 3, pistachios. After discussing how walnuts support memory and sleep, let's move forward and explore another small but mighty nut, pistachios, which may just be one of the most underrated tools for managing blood pressure and promoting overall vitality in older adults. What makes pistachios truly stand out is their low sodium and high potassium balance. Just 1 ounce provides around 285 milligrams of potassium, a critical mineral that helps your kidneys flush out excess sodium, something that becomes increasingly important with age. Several studies have found that pistachios may lower systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 mmHg, comparable to the effect of some mild prescription medications, but without the side effects beyond cardiovascular support. Pistachios are also rich in lutein and zeaxanthine, 2 powerful carotenoids that help protect the macula in your eyes from age-related degeneration. This is especially relevant since macular degeneration is a leading cause of vision loss in people over 60. Their natural green and purple hues aren't just beautiful, they reflect the potent antioxidants that slow down cellular aging. What's more, pistachios are ideal for mindful snacking. Since they come in a shell, they encourage slower eating and intentional consumption. A study in the International Journal of Obesity even found that people who eat pistachios in the shell tend to consume fewer calories thanks to the visible pile of empty shells acting as a natural portion control cue. Here's my recommendation. Aim for about 49 pistachios a day, roughly 1 ounce, and choose unsalted or lightly salted varieties to stay heart healthy. If you have arthritis in your hands, opt for pistachios that are pre-split to make opening them easier, while still retaining the joy of cracking the shell. But that's not all. Each serving of pistachios also provides 3 grams of fiber, which supports digestion and helps regulate blood sugar, particularly important for the 1 in 4 Americans over age 65 living with diabetes or prediabetes, or prediabetes. So yes, pistachios are more than just a tasty snack, they're a heart-smart, eye-protecting blood sugar balancing companion for healthy aging. Let's continue now with the final nut in our lista, tiny seed, packed with digestive power and anti-inflammatory nitric, especially helpful for those navigating senior life. Nut number 4, Brazil nuts. We've just explored pistachios, a heart-smart, vision-protecting snack. Now let's turn to a lesser-known yet profoundly impactful nut, especially for hormonal balance and cellular aging. The Brazil nut. What makes Brazil nuts truly exceptional is their incredibly high natural selenium content. Just a single nut contains about 96 micrograms of selenium. That's 137% of your recommended daily intake. Many people don't realize that the thyroid gland, your body's engine for energy, metabolism, and emotional balance, is extremely sensitive to selenium deficiency, especially in adults over 60. I've seen many older patients with underactive thyroids go undiagnosed because their symptoms, fatigue, brain fog, mild weight gain, disrupted sleep, are often dismissed as normal aging. But when thyroid function is supported with enough selenium, energy levels rise, mood becomes steadier, and cognitive focus sharpens. And Brazil nuts are one of the simplest and most natural ways to replenish this vital nutrient. Another reason I value Brazil nuts is that their selenium is in an organic, food-based form, which is far more bioavailable than synthetic supplements. Even more, Brazil nuts contain essential fatty acids that help preserve the myelin sheath surrounding nerve cells, structure that deteriorates with age and contributes to slower reflexes and diminished coordination. In addition, these nuts are packed with antioxidants that may help protect telomeres, the protective end caps of your chromosomes, often referred to as the body's cellular aging clock. Early research suggests that Brazil nuts may help slow telomere shortening, potentially extending cellular longevity. Now, here's a word of caution. Because Brazil nuts are so selenium-rich, more isn't better. I recommend no more than 1-2 Brazil nuts per day. Consuming too much selenium can lead to toxicity, affecting your liver, hair, or nails. Choose nuts that are still in their shell. When possible, the natural casing helps preserve their nutrient value. And because of their high oil content, keep them refrigerated to prevent rancidity. How to enjoy them? Crush 1 Brazil nut and mix it into your morning oatmeal. Blend it into a smoothie with almond milk, or enjoy it with a slice of banana. The rich, creamy, subtly sweet flavor may surprise you beyond their taste. Brazil nuts are a smart and effective tool for older adults seeking to support their thyroid, protect their nervous system, regulate digestion, and promote graceful aging. Types of nuts that older adults should avoid or eat with caution. In this section, we will discuss the types of nuts that some older adults may want to avoid or eat with caution. Nut number 1, peanuts. After discovering the remarkable benefits of Brazil nuts for thyroid support and cellular aging, it's time to take a closer look at a nut that, while widely consumed, may quietly be doing more harm than good, especially for older adults. We're talking about peanuts. First, it's important to clarify, peanuts aren't actually nuts, they're legumes that grow underground. This unique growing condition makes them more prone to mold contamination and the production of aflatoxins, which are natural fungal toxins known to damage the liver and increase cancer risk when consumed regularly. As we age, our detoxification capacity naturally weakens, making us more vulnerable to these effects. But there's more. Peanuts contain a specific type of protein that can trigger low-grade inflammation, even in those without a formal allergy. And if you're already dealing with arthritis, cardiovascular concerns, or mild cognitive decline, this hidden inflammation may be quietly worsening those conditions. One of the biggest nutritional imbalances in modern diets, especially among older adults, is the overconsumption of omega-6 fatty acids and the lack of omega-3s. Unfortunately, peanuts are high in omega-6, which can tip the balance further toward inflammation, impacting brain health and heart function. What's more, peanuts naturally contain vitamin K, which can interact negatively with blood thinners like warfarin, risk often overlooked in senior care. Then, there's peanut butter, often seen as a healthy snack. In reality, many commercial brands are packed with hydrogenated oils, added sugar, and sodium, all of which put extra stress on the aging cardiovascular system. Even so-called natural peanut butter can raise blood pressure when eaten too frequently, My recommendation isn't to ban peanuts entirely, but to enjoy them sparingly and intentionally. If you're over 60, try rotating in healthier alternatives, like almonds, walnuts, or Brazil nuts, at least a few days a week. And if you do eat peanuts, store them in an airtight container, away from light and moisture, and consume within 2 to 3 weeks to minimize oxidation and harmful free radical formation. Even small changes like replacing peanuts a few days a week can reduce inflammation, support cognitive clarity, and ease the strain on your heart and liver. Nut number 2, cashews, heart and brain health. Let's take a closer look at another popular nut that may not be as harmless as it seems. Cashews, while creamy, delicious, and often labeled as healthy, cashews can pose unique risks, especially for older adults. What most people don't realize is that cashews are unusually high in carbohydrates, about 9 grams per ounce, which is significantly more than most other tree nuts. At the same time, they are relatively low in fiber, making it easier for those carbs to quickly spike blood sugar levels. That's a serious concern considering that 1 in 4 adults over 65 has diabetes, and nearly half are pre-diabetic, according to the CDC. Sudden blood sugar spikes can lead to crashes in energy, irritability, and even short-term memory issues, all of which are more pronounced in aging bodies. Frequent fluctuations in glucose aren't just metabolic problems, they can affect mood, mental clarity, and overall quality of life. Cashews also contain oxalates, natural compounds that bind to calcium and reduce its absorption in the gut. For older adults, already at higher risk for osteoporosis, this can be problematic. If you've ever had kidney stones, oxalates can also increase the risk of recurrences, especially after age 60. Another lesser-known issue with cashews is that they contain enzyme inhibitors that can slow protein digestion. This is particularly concerning for seniors who often struggle with efficient digestion and need more usable protein to maintain muscle mass and metabolic health. Add to that the soft, rich texture, which makes them easy to overeat when roasted in oil and heavily salted, as is common in commercial products. My advice as a health professional, if you enjoy cashews, limit yourself to about 8 to 10 nuts per serving, and choose unsalted, dry roasted, or raw versions. Avoid snacking on them alone. Pair them with a source of fiber or protein to blunt the glycemic response. Better yet, consider rotating in walnuts or almonds. Instead, both offer superior fiber content, heart-healthy fats, and fewer blood sugar concerns. Nut number 3, macadamia nuts. Following our warning about cashews and their potential to spike blood sugar, let's now take a closer look at another popular nut that may not be ideal for aging bodies: macadamia nuts. There's no denying the rich, buttery taste of but that indulgent flavor comes at a cost. With an energy density of around 200 calories per ounce, 28 grams, macadamias rank among the most calorie-dense nuts available. As metabolism naturally slows with age, even small portions can add up quickly, making weight management more difficult for older adults. Even more concerning is their fat content, about 22 grams per ounce, including 3 grams of saturated fat. While macadamias contain mostly monounsaturated fats, generally heart-healthy, the saturated portion can still raise LDL cholesterol in those already at risk for cardiovascular disease. Another overlooked issue: macadamias are quite hard and dense, which can pose a risk to older adults with crowns, dentures, or weakened teeth. After age 65, enamel erosion and calcium loss increase dental vulnerability. So even a single bite can result in costly damage. For digestion, macadamia's high fat load can also trigger discomfort in people with gallstones, a condition that's surprisingly common and often silent in older populations. Compounding the issue, most store-bought macadamias are oil-roasted, salted, and packaged for long shelf life, increasing harmful oxidized fats and sodium, neither of which supports heart or liver health in aging bodies. From a budget perspective, macadamias are one of the most expensive nuts. This can lead some older adults to choose lower-cost bulk options that are poorly stored, stale, or high in rancid fats, introducing even more risk. So what's the takeaway? If you love macadamias, enjoy them occasionally, just 4 to 5 nuts per serving, and opt for unsalted, dry-roasted versions. Pairing them with fiber-rich fruits or vegetables can help balance their calorie load. Still, I strongly recommend swapping them out for pistachios, which offer superior nutritional density, less fat, and more benefits for the heart, eyes, and digestion. Nut number 4, pine nuts. Following our discussion on macadamia nuts and the challenges posed by their calorie density, we now turn to one of the most deceptively risky nuts for older adults, pine nuts. They may appear harmless and are widely used in Mediterranean dishes like pesto, but pine nuts have been identified as a known food-drug interaction risk, particularly troubling for seniors. What makes them especially dangerous is that certain compounds in pine nuts can interfere with over 60% of the prescription drugs commonly used by older adults, including statins, antidepressants, and blood pressure medications. The troubling part: most physicians and pharmacists don't mention this food-drug interaction, leaving many older adults unaware of the risks. When a food reduces medication efficacy or worse, enhances its side effects, it becomes a hidden but dangerous variable. In daily health management, even more pine nuts are associated with a strange and distressing condition called pine mouth syndrome, where a bitter metallic taste lingers for days or even weeks after consumption. While this might sound minor, for older adults already experiencing age-related declines in taste sensitivity, this can lead to loss of appetite, reduced food intake, and unintended weight loss. Studies suggest that up to 42% of those affected experience significant weight changes, a serious issue for those already nutritionally vulnerable. Pine nuts also contain high levels of polyunsaturated fats, which oxidize quickly if not stored properly, potentially generating inflammatory compounds. For seniors managing chronic inflammatory conditions like arthritis, this can be a hidden source of flare dash-ups. Their small, slick texture makes them a choking hazard, particularly for anyone with swallowing difficulties or dry mouth caused by medications, an issue affecting over 70% of seniors on polypharmacy regimens. Another lesser-known concern is that pine nuts contain enzyme inhibitors that may slow down protein digestion. Experience reduced protein absorption with age. This interferes with muscle maintenance, energy recovery, and weight control. And perhaps most alarming, recent research suggests that certain compounds in pine nuts may contribute to age-related macular degeneration, AMD, a leading cause of vision loss in seniors. While more data is needed, this potential link is especially concerning for those already at risk due to family history or long-term inflammation. So what can you do? If you're used to enjoying pesto or recipes containing pine nuts, consider switching to alternatives like sunflower seeds or pistachios. They offer similar texture and flavor without the risks associated with pine nut consumption in older adults. Last but not least, throughout this journey, we've explored both the benefits and hidden risks of nuts, from heart and brain-supporting almonds and walnuts to inflammatory, digestion, disrupting, or drug-interfering options like peanuts, cashews, and pine nuts. But the most important takeaway isn't just the information, it's the power of choice. By making small, intentional changes to your diet just a few days a week, you can help reduce inflammation, stabilize blood pressure, improve sleep, protect memory, and support digestion, all without relying on medications. At this stage of life, we're no longer chasing perfection. We're seeking balance, intention, and the comforting reminder that our health is still within our control. And that's the real gift, the ability to feel stronger, clearer, and more alive simply by choosing better not more each day. Now it's your turn to share. Have you ever changed your nut eating habits? Has one particular nut had a noticeable effect on your health or well-being? Let us know in the comments, because your experience might be the encouragement someone else needs to make a change. And if you found this video helpful, please click the like button to support this channel. If you haven't already, subscribe to Happy Seniors. And be sure to turn on the notification bell so you won't miss future videos tailored just for you. Your support gives me the motivation to continue creating high-quality, research-based content that helps you live stronger, longer, and more fully, starting with the simple, nourishing choices on your plate.